Welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks, everyone. It's the Monday evening edition. Hope you had a good weekend, and despite the weather today, hope you had a good Monday. It was kind of a murky day, and boy, did temperatures struggle after a high of 72 yesterday. 52 was the best we could do today. That is about 13 degrees below the average, so kind of an oddball start to the month of May. We're going to see more ups and downs in the coming days, and of course we'll talk about that in this video. Now, we picked up some rain earlier in the weekend, and here are the totals from just the last 24 hours, much of this falling in the wee hours of this morning. About a third of an inch, Boardman, Austintown, downtown Youngstown, Guilford Lake, Latonia, one of the higher amounts, East Palestine at 0.45, over in Newton Falls, 0.46 inches worth of rain. And here's a time-lapse video starting at 6 a.m., ending at about 5:30 today. And boy, a little mist tried to fall on one or two occasions. Otherwise, it was just a slate gray overcast today, and just a little more like late March rather than the second day of May across the valley today. I think tomorrow will be a little bit brighter. All right, here's the trend over the last 20 hours. Hasn't been much of one. Again, we kind of flatlined all day today. Upper 40s, lower 50s was the best we could do. But the warmer air wasn't far to our south. It got to 67 in Pittsburgh today, 60 New Philly, and 69 down in Zanesville. So it was close, but didn't quite get this far to the north. All right, this morning we actually had some hail that scooted through eastern Ohio. Here's the hail tracker during the wee hours of the morning. Look at this little blob going through New Philly right here at about 2:15. This produced some golf ball size hail. Look at that. Right around Dover and New Philly along I-77 at about 2:15 this morning. That continued cruising east through parts of southern Carroll County, and this actually prompted a severe thunderstorm warning for extreme southern Columbiana County at about 3:15. Now, as it turns out, the hail never got into Columbiana County, but it certainly scooted just by to the south. That produced, again, nickel-sized to golf ball-sized hail as it moved across, and they had some hail with that in the Pittsburgh area at about 4:15, 4:30 this morning. All right, back to what's going on now, and we've got more moisture off to the south and east, a couple of severe thunderstorm watches, North Carolina, Virginia, out towards Chesapeake Bay. A little bit of rain on the northern fringes of this is going to scoot by to our south. This is going to be a miss for us tonight. This rain's going to continue skirting by to the south and east. All right, tomorrow, as promised, is going to be a warmer day, but still below average. Tomorrow afternoon's high, no better than about 60, 62. Here's our computer modeling showing the temperature trends. We'll be back in the 40s tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, 60, 62, 63 again, about the best we could do. Some of the modeling keeps it in the 50s again on Wednesday, but I think we try to crack 60 before the afternoon is through. Tomorrow, again, a warmer day, a somewhat brighter day. May start kind of cloudy, but well, I think we'll see a decent amount of sun midday into the afternoon, particularly the northern part of our viewing area. And then Wednesday starts dry, but this next front will pick up some moisture and will produce some showers Wednesday afternoon, heading into Wednesday evening. Could be some thunder with this. And then the pattern's going to start to get all blocked up. And that transition to a blocky pattern will feature this low, throwing some moisture back through the mountains and into eastern Ohio. And I think this is just a murky day coming up on Thursday with light rain and drizzle off and on throughout the day. Here's a look at the CAPE values Wednesday. If you're new to this, this is CAPE, Convective Available Potential Energy. It's one of the things we look at when we try to figure out how unstable the atmosphere is. And when the atmosphere is unstable, sometimes you can get thunderstorms. When the atmosphere is really unstable, you can get severe weather. Now, we're not expecting that on Wednesday. But as you can see, we've got some instability here, enough to perhaps produce some thunder. I guess I wouldn't be shocked if there was a little bit of pea-sized hail in any of the heavier showers Wednesday afternoon. As far as rainfall with the next system, RPM, the green line here, is a little on its own with printing out over a half an inch. Most of our modeling is under a half an inch, generally between a quarter and a half an inch with this next round of rain. Before the rain gets here on Wednesday, boy, a high pollen day coming up tomorrow. The grass pollen has really increased over the last week, and tree pollen will be in the high category tomorrow. Mulberry, oak, juniper, primary culprits. So if you're an allergy sufferer, break out the Claritin on your Tuesday. All right, here's the jet stream. Now, this is kind of interesting. You know, a couple weeks ago when it was warm and sunny for a week or 9 days straight, we introduced people to what to a lot of people is probably a new concept. It's been around forever, but kind of a nerdy meteorological term called the omega block, where the jet stream is kind of configured like the Greek letter omega. The omega block is back this week, but it's in a different position than it was a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately that's bad news for us. A couple weeks ago, this part, this bulge, that was over us. This time, we're kind of on the business end of the Omega Block with this deep trough, upper level low over the east. There's another one out over California. Weather's great in the middle of the country. Not so nice west coast. Not so nice in the east. Now, thankfully, even though the pattern's getting blocked up, it's not going to stay blocked up for as long as it did a couple weeks ago. So this pattern is going to start to break down as we go into the upcoming weekend, allowing some warmer air to start to make inroads. I think we'll top out in the mid-70s on Saturday. And by next week, the Omega Block is gone, and a big trough out west, but a pattern that will produce some warmth as we go through the weekend and into early next week. Notice by a week from now, Monday, we've got a nice ridge of high pressure building over the east, so some warmer weather heading our way. And in fact, in the 8 to 14-day outlook, this is what we're calling for. Cool weather under that upper low in the southwest, but warmer than average seems pretty likely. Northern Rockies, Plains, and a lot of the east. Eastern U.S. east of the Mississippi. Not to say every single day in the 8 to 14-day period will be warm, but overall the period will average out to be pretty warm. All right, thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. I will see you tonight on 21 News at 11 o'clock. If you haven't done it yet, download the Storm Tracker 21 weather app. Videos like this are on there. It's a great app with lots of great information. All right, I'll see you on the news tonight and have a great Monday night.